named El who has lots of cats. El Gato. She's a person on Twitter, although I don't think that's her actual name.
Anyways, her channel is very cool and there's a lot of kitten on it.
Is she a leftist?
I don't know. She rescues kittens and she's very pretty and has a lot of tattoos, so I watch her channel.
Not the one I'm thinking of. Because the one I'm thinking of has a tattoo that I see. And she's non-gender. Or agender. NB. She's NB.
Okay.
And she lives in Spain. She's American, though. They're American, I should say.
Which one?
L. LM.
Oh, okay. So that is actually their name.
Yes. El Marisca, looks like. They live in Spain with like 40 cats and I think a family.
Oh no, the kitten lady, she's a foster. She doesn't keep the cat. She only has 2
I think
cats.
that's what Elle does too. They foster.
And
they rescue.
Only takes care of kittens, mostly special needs kittens. So I love watching her videos.
Different lady.
I like kittens.
All right. Don't know if you've noticed, but we started a little while ago.
Oh,
hello, everyone.
Oh, Geek finally showed up. Finally.
Hi.
Too busy killing all them landlords?
It's just on time.
Well, yeah, just on time. I was like thinking, oh wait, I should get a drink. So I did get a drink. I also went to the bathroom. So I just came back from the kitchen after grabbing a drink. So that's why I'm just a little bit late. Okay. And no, I was not killing landlords. I'm not planning to kill landlords. I just like to joke about it.
But I notice we don't have Tom. I hope he's feeling okay.
If you bother to read the group conversation, you would know he's not coming.
Well, I'm sorry. I was busy showering and then setting this up and also grading. I'm a busy guy. I got things going on.
I love your sounds that you make. I believe that was you, Lito, right?
No, I made the poop sound. Although I understand your confusion. The French are famous for their fart noises.
Well, no. It's just I remember it a long time ago and over a year ago in a Patreon hangout where it was Lito that it showed her disdain or audibly showed her disdain for someone that we all agreed we have disdain for, and Marty Afternath said, Lito, I think I just met you, but I think I'm in love with you.
Yeah, because I said
yes, exactly like that.
But I think I was bitching about Peter Coffin, wasn't I?
This was in the March Patreon hangout in 2018. Maybe or maybe you're just you hate Warski. Because of course we all hate Warski.
I don't know Warski, so I'm not sure I would have had that reaction.
Is Warski the hell guy that Kevin
Warski
makes fun of?
Well, I know who that is, but
okay, War Corpse. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh God, War Corpse.
Oh no, Andy Warski is not.
Well, it's not. War Corpse isn't funny.
Didn't he rebrand recently-ish?
Possibly, yeah. I don't know.
Who, Warski?
Andy Warski. Yeah.
I know very little about him, except apparently he had the neo-Nazi Richard Spencer on his stream and was not critical of his Nazism.
Well, he's a neo-Nazi. Why would he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much. And Jamie, you are right. War Corpse did rebrand himself. Well, his channel was taken down, his original channel. So he put up a new channel and calls himself Lord of Patriarchy.
Oh my god, that's such a bad name.
For real?
Yeah, that is his channel name. I'm not sure if that channel is still up, but yes, that is his channel name.
He wants to be the patriarch.
Those men have zero self-awareness. It's amazing.
So I can totally understand why my friend Owen McDonald just finds him so fascinating. I mean, yes, he just like his politics and his gender politics are all horrible, but it's just like so interesting to like watch and observe.
Kevin's readings of his books was honestly the funniest thing I have ever listened to on the internet.
Oh, right. He did. Yeah. Okay, so Andy Worski, very little I know about him. He is worst. Hey, Lexi. Lexi's here. Lexi Hart.
Hello,
Lex Hart.
Hello. I'm trying to tweet the link.
Yeah, I'm doing that too.
I'm really not multitask. It's okay. We are live and link. Yep. That will be enough.
What, you're not going to tweet it in French? I think we probably have a really large French audience. I mean, we have you and we have Shiro from Nice, the Niçois engineer. L'ingénieur niçois.
That is, I think, the extent of our French-speaking audience.
Yeah, and
that's bigger than most YouTubers.
I really don't.
I don't think that's true.
Audience. Given that I'm actually here.
But you're listening to us, so you're part of the audience as well. This is a community. We're anarchist. The audience and the people they're one and the same. No heroes.
Oh, you put the chat on the thingy. That's good.
Yeah, because I don't know how to get it to not disappear after the thing is done. There's probably
the live chat like disappears after we're done.
Yeah, no, I noticed watching the thing, it doesn't show up in the replay.
Yes, it does.
It does?
Okay, so okay, the thing is, you gotta check after a stream like 2 hours or 3 hours or so after the stream is like aired, because if you go replay the stream right after it's done, like within like a half an hour or an hour or 2 hours even, you only get like the last 2 hours of the stream, and like you won't get the live chat replay. It's only like after significant time will you get the live chat replay be replayed. Okay. And you can like watch the stream from the beginning, even if it's like a long stream, because like for some time after the stream ends, they only show you do the last 2 hours.
Okay, so you have to wait a long time and then it'll show up. So I didn't have to go to that minimal amount of effort. God, why couldn't you have told me that like 3 days ago? Or 3 minutes, well, more like 10 minutes ago, but still, so little effort. But even that little effort was way too much. Because I spent the morning grading and my brain is full of hatred and flies.
Don't you just hate our educational system?
Well, I hate grading. But every teacher hates grading. That's nothing new.
Same with students.
Mm-hmm. Except they hate it because it makes them feel bad. We hate it because
it makes you feel bad.
No, we have to dive into another person's thoughts and try to figure out what the fuck they're thinking from their illegible chicken scratch handwriting.
That sounds like it would feel really bad.
Mm-hmm. We have to try and understand what they don't understand and why and all sorts of stuff, and it's just honestly the easiest grading is when they get everything absolutely right or everything absolutely wrong. It's in the middle. I hate average students. That's when it's tough.
Sorry, I'm an average student.
No, you're above average. You probably just have like ADD or something. God.
I was an A student.
Dyslexia. I also hated homework.
I did, but I was still an A student.
I wanted to kill mud crabs in Morrowind.
That is significantly more important than understanding how to do math. I agree.
No, I actually like math. That came easy to me. It's like it's been a long time, so I won't be able to I have to relearn how to do the formulas in algebra. But I have no problem showing my work because that is very helpful for people because it's I can at least see your thought process.
I liked math until it became not logical enough. You know, when math arrives at a certain point, it becomes quite metaphysical with the zero and stuff like that, and it pisses me off.
In concept, I actually find that fascinating, but when I have to remember this shit for a test or homework, that's where it's just I hate this.
It's not that I hate it, it's my mind doesn't work like that. I need logical stuff.
Well, math is just formal logic.
No, it's not. Not when you start with the zero and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, if you go way, 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 way up in math, maybe, but you'd have to go to grad school. I think your math teachers were just bad.
Yeah, probably. But I'm the kind of annoying student who always asks why, you know?
And no. Perpetual 2-year-old.
See, I'm also that person that always
math teachers tend to fucking hate us.
Especially since the answer is usually...
Have you ever had to do a mathematic proof? Because why is the worst fucking question in math?
I know, but... You know,
also for math, the answer to why is largely because you just have your system and then you explore within the system.
Not in trigonometry and stuff like that. When they just make you learn stuff by heart, and I can't work like that. Which is why I stopped school and went to study fashion, even though I was a grade A student, because it just made me angry. At the end of the day, I wasn't made for that kind of shit.
There was something to that.
Bored to hell in high school. Oh god, that was boring.
Again, that's probably your teacher's fault.
No, we aren't all made for formal studies, I think. A lot of people have are creative like me and need to do something concrete. Just sitting and learning stuff, we get easily bored.
Okay, so it's the school's fault. So one level above, not the teacher's fault, the school's fault.
Yeah, I think
maybe it's no one's fault. Maybe you just
need to learn.
No, there must be someone at fault.
Maybe you just need to learn some skill instead of learning stuff in school that isn't for you.
That's what they want you to think, because they want quiet, pliable workers to sit in the factories and feel that they're stupid. It's the system.
I didn't feel I was... That's your school system. I didn't feel I was stupid while learning skills. Everyone thinks it's amazing that I know how to make clothing, and I studied costume history and stuff like that. I never felt stupid. But I have
then your school definitely failed you. Everyone has to feel stupid.
Your teachers were clearly.
I have a high opinion of my intelligence, so it's difficult to make me feel stupid.
A truly great teacher could
still... You got all the
still...
participation trophies. Okay.
Gotcha.
I didn't get that.
Oh, okay? The participation trophies. You know about those things?
Oh, okay. No, I just didn't hear what you said. Okay. I know what's a participation trophy.
Right, you live in Europe, which is socialist, which means that you get participation trophies for everything, right?
Yep. Everybody has to feel good about themselves.
Everyone gets paid $80 an hour. Everyone lives like a rich.
$80 an hour. I wish.
Oh, I wish too. Or I wish that like at least everyone gets like $70,000 a year, just flat out. I think there's enough money in the world to like do that. But if there's not
in my country, most people are paid about €10 an hour.
Yeah, it works out about $13 an hour, close to that.
No, a little less, I think. Okay.
But you get free rent and free healthcare and...
No, it's not free. It's cheap.
Okay.
Rent is cheap. Healthcare is cheap. Education is cheap.
And of course, the U.S. is keeping you safe from the evil communists. So you're welcome. We're paying the brunt of the military costs. So you don't have to do that. You're
safe from cheap stuff, from cheap healthcare.
Yep.
What Sergeshan is saying is that the United States is directly responsible for a global socialist infrastructure.
There you go. You couldn't be weak, stupid commies if we weren't being fascist. There you go. You're welcome.
I think America did make sure that there's good, strong socialist infrastructure, which is why they took over every single country that had any kind of like socialist government whatsoever. Oh, that's a socially elected person? No, we can't have that. So fun a coup. Here you go.
I've talked with enough people who actually think like that to be pissed off every time you joke about being the best country in the world.
We're the best at murder.
Yes.
How sad is that they have made enough people who were seriously thinking the US is actually great?
Again, our educational system.
Well, no, we used to be great back when black people and women knew their place. And there wasn't such a thing as queers. Or these binary helicopters.
They weren't invented yet, the queers.
Yep, they didn't exist.
Except in Hollywood. I love when people bitch about historical movies shows in Europe that features people of color. Because it really sounds like they really think they weren't invented yet.
Well, they hadn't been brought to Europe by immigration, because immigration wasn't a thing yet. They stayed where they were supposed to be, in their natural place, where God put them.
Yeah, right.
People actually believe that shit, I think.
Yeah. They also think Romans were white and shit like that, so...
Oh, that's right. PJW thinking that there was no diversity in the Roman Empire. What the hell?
But I'm not even talking about diversity. French people for the longest of time have been super racist against Italians. I mean, inside Europe, Spanish and Italian people weren't really considered white for the longest of time.
Yeah,
so that's pretty funny. Whiteness is stupid.
Whiteness is really just an invention of the last century, I think. Or the last 2 centuries.
No, but I mean, it's so flexible, Slavs weren't considered white. Irish weren't considered white. Spanish, Italians. I mean, white people are what? Germans and French and the people in the cold. I'm not a French aren't Anglo-Saxons.
Well, you're still Germanic.
No,
your language isn't, but historically, racially, you are. That's why you don't deserve to be murdered by the Nazis.
Historically, we're pretty much Romans more than Germans.
No, you were the Franks. The Franks were a Germanic tribe.
Yeah, but I'm from the south half of France, and I guarantee
you're pretty much black. You should die.
Yeah, I'm not Frank. Have you seen my fucking face? I'm a Roman. I don't need to take a DNA test to know
not really
where
Roman.
I am from.
The Romans were
Look at
okay. No, you're a Moor.
Just look at my
Moorish.
fucking face. I look
You're
like
an
a
Arab.
Sicilian mama.
Yeah, you're an Arab. That's what that is. Your people were conquered by the Moors. You're not Roman. No. The Romans became German. That's what happened. Remember, fascist propaganda doesn't have to make sense.
It doesn't.
It does not. So there's been some crappy stuff that happened. Speaking of things that make no sense.
A lot of crappy stuff. Where do we even begin? Hello, David!
David's in the chat. He almost disappeared thanks to Random Geek wanting to talk about killing landlords and helping people who need help.
Well,
social justice alchemy advocates for NB raids. Just gonna put that out there.
Exactly. Be non-binary and do crime.
Non-binary rights or human rights.
Oh, do you want to talk about the Contra bullshit first?
Yeah,
Contra or Garrett or whatever else might have happened this week. I don't know that there's really too much to talk about with Garrett, so why don't we get that out of the way?
Yeah, also, Garrett, I'll let you talk about it because I'm really good friends with him, and I don't know that I can completely be
impartial.
Non-biased, even though...
Same for me.
Yeah, the thing is, I think all three of you are friends with him. This chat. Whereas I still haven't managed to learn too much about him somehow. So, I mean...
That is true, yeah. So everyone here except for John, shut up and let John share his opinion.
Yeah, talk, John.
Yeah, so, about Garrett.
Summarize the bullshit and we can maybe add up.
Well, as I understand it, I didn't follow it too closely. Garrett has had a couple of people come forward, trans women, I believe, both of them. Came forward to say he kind of groomed them for sexual stuff while they were getting started in leftism and possibly YouTubing.
No, that's not what they said. But especially since Garrett is celibate voluntarily. So, no, he asked nudes of a couple of women and...
Yes.
Did that in a way that was really
creepy and a little abusive.
It's based how I just posted the link to the Twitter thread into the chat for people to see and think for themselves, because to be fair to this person, and I believe it's she's her pronouns, her, yes.
I completely believe her. Let's be clear.
Yes, me too. I do believe her.
Yes, especially since I came to Garrett and asked him what the fuck, and he told me she was correct.
Mostly Garrett communicated to both of us and said that the statements, he apologized to her, I believe, through you.
No, not really.
That doesn't.
That's the issue here. The thing is, he wanted to respond, but he doesn't have a Twitter account anymore for mental health. So I told him if he wanted, I could post on his behalf.
Right, and so
He wrote something, but I thought it was only fair for me to send it to the woman first.
Yeah.
And she decided to post it,
and shared it
then. So it wasn't... he didn't wrote for her. It
doesn't really include an apology.
So because it wasn't supposed to be one...
The communication with her.
Is that clear or not? I think on that instance, I think I fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I should have sent her the thing. I don't know.
Well, okay. I have not had any communications with Garrett since that. Just because I've been busy. Someone else did send me a DM of that thread that I posted in the live chat because they know that I'm friends of Garrett.
Was it Justin?
It was, yes.
Yeah, me too.
I
like them though. Justin is cool.
Yeah, I do like Justin too. I was meaning to DM Garrett and said, "Hey, what's about this one?" But once I saw that that person, the woman, posted your message to her, and then I was like, "Oh, okay." So at least Lito reached out to Garrett, so that's why I haven't gone around to it. But I still like Garrett, and my opinions of Garrett only changed a little bit. He's still a friend of me, and I still trust him, but yet I do believe this woman that she definitely felt uncomfortable in hindsight for sending nudes to Garrett, and she felt used is her words. But she also, to be fair to her, she doesn't want to cancel Garrett, and she says that this is
no. She told me she doesn't hate him, and
yeah, and I believe her.
Yeah, me too. That's why I sent her the Garrett's message in the first place, because I don't know. I thought it only fair.
Agreed.
She's the hurt party after all, and I don't know. I thought it would give her some closure, and she told me it did. Okay. I don't know if it's still the case.
I want to say I guess I made an error when I said that he apologized, but I do want to make a point to say that I believe her. That was what I was working my way up to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't think anyone here is denying.
He acknowledged that some stuff happened. Maybe
he said he didn't agree with everything about her perspective, but he understands that he made her feel terrible. He understands that a lot of the fault was on his side, at the very least, and he acknowledged that he caused harm. So that is
Sasha.
A lot.
No, if you hear a cat meowing, it's mine.
Yeah, that's Merlin. Yes. Sasha's downstairs napping.
Gotcha.
He's being an idiot asshole right now, and is throwing a tantrum because no one is
snuggling him. Well, get up and snuggle him.
No, did I spend my life snuggling that fucking cat? He's 17 years old. Leave me alone 5 minutes.
See, that's why I am so glad I have both a cat and a dog. They take care of each other in that regard.
Oh, God. When I sleep at night, his new thing is to come and headbutt my arm, but not the cute little boob with the head. He rams in my fucking arm with his head. And I swear he's hurting me sometimes. That cat is weird. The more he ages, the weirder he is.
Just like Tom.
Should I
Sorry for the cat diversion. We were talking about something serious and important, but
no, that's fine. That's fine. Like I said, I didn't think there was too much to talk about with Garrett.
Anyways, I'm still friends with Garrett. Even though I think he should write a formal apology to Chapin. I believe that he didn't mean to. It was 3 years ago. He's changed a lot since.
Yeah, and I'm reminded of Ponzi schemes, if you'll bear with me. I think it was Dan Dennett, problematic philosopher, I admit, who talked about how people slip into running a Ponzi scheme. They don't start out intending to be fraudulent bastards. They run a genuine investment service, and in order to keep an investor happy, they give them a return on their investment that hasn't really matched the actual work. They get this reputation, it starts rolling, and before they know it, they're running a Ponzi scheme where their new investors are paying for their old investors. And I'm wondering if people can slip into abusive behaviors in the same way because they don't realize that there's the power dynamic. They don't realize that what they're doing is controlling and manipulative. I mean, obviously there are some people who are complete assholes, but I wonder, just because of socialization and the way people work, that this can happen without people really realizing the harm they're causing.
Yeah, maybe. But, I mean, in that case, things have to be proven by actions, in quote unquote. Garrett isn't anywhere near a threat to any woman now. I mean,
and there hasn't been this flood of stories coming out. He's not.
No, but I mean, he had untreated BPD. He was just starting to be voluntarily celibate. So he was probably horny as fucked, to be fair. I'm not trying. See, that's why I wanted to start by saying I was very biased, because I realized I'm finding.
You've known him for a long time. You're friends with him.
Yeah, and I'm finding him excuses, and I don't like doing that. I don't know. I'm conflicted between the feminism and the mom friend who will defend her bestie's tooth and nails.
Yeah, it's probably a lot harder when this hits close to home.
Can we just settle on that we think that it was inappropriate behavior?
Oh, yes, totally.
We wish that he hadn't done it.
Yes.
And
I think I'm going to talk to him and try to see if he can, I don't know, write
be
to
more
her.
assertive about publishing an apology.
No, but not for publishing. It's not for the public. It's for her that it's important. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And that
this isn't like Dick Coughlin
more directly apologize.
Or like long-time serial abusers. We're not getting a flood of people coming forward. This isn't, what's his name, Lawrence Krauss. We've got a few people saying that he caused them some discomfort, maybe a little harm, maybe a lot of harm. I don't know how they feel about that. A few years ago. Doesn't look like it's been a long-term, ongoing.
Also, it's sending nudes. It's not rape.
Agreed.
I mean, oh God, no! I sound like I'm minimizing.
Yeah, we can't compare harms and stuff. I know. I think.
Oh.
Yeah, that was kind of why I was saying, can we just make a statement and move on?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, let's just. Yeah,
I think we're done with Garrett.
I'm sorry I suck because it's complicated.
Oh no,
bottom line is
I blame Tom. If he had been here, this wouldn't have happened.
I believe Chapin.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I do
is
believe
the bottom line, and I believe Garrett when he says it didn't mean to. Anyways.
All right. So now I think the even easier topic
Can we bitch about ContraPoint now?
I think we'll be able to get through that in like 5 minutes. Not really a problem there. Pretty simple situation, yeah.
Who's using Who's using phrases like "bio girl"?
Yeah. There's actually.
Okay, listen. They are real, actual, biological women, and then there are cis women. That's how I say it.
No, they are not. Bio girl isn't the thing.
Jonathan was saying that there are biological women, and cis women are a subgroup of the biological women. He was turning it around to be ironic.
No, but maybe? Even so, I don't think there are such a thing as biological women. Women, it's a gender.
Yes.
There's nothing biological about gender. I don't know. Bottom line is, I'm cis, and it pisses me off. So I can't even imagine what trans women mostly feel when they read shit like that.
Yeah. Okay, so just to recap lightly. First off, the internet has been god-awful towards non-binary people forever, attacking them over pronoun shit. And then something happened this last week, I think, to cause another surge in discussions about pronouns? Or was this apropos of nothing in particular that Contra made her contribution?
She was responding to some a binary trans woman who was saying that it's funny to her to when she's in a room and everyone is cis but her, and they go around doing their pronouns, and only the cis people really need to pay attention, and she can just sit in the corner and say, you know, when her turn comes around, say that she's a she. Which is shitty because it, first of all, just assumes that everybody in that room is cis but her.
Yeah.
And
that's what we try to normalize, isn't it? Cis people
Yes, exactly.
giving their pronouns.
Right. Okay. So like, this was months ago that Tim Blake was like, he thought on like, he initially thought that like the cis people that had the pronouns in their Twitter bios were the alt-righters or the right-wingers that were trolling people doing that, making fun of that. But until others and me explain, no, it's for like, we want the queer people want other cis people to like put their pronouns into their bios to normalize that. So
I really don't like Tim Blake.
Oh, he's a scumbag. Yeah. I don't like
Twitter keeps putting him in recommendation of who to follow, and I want to say no, I don't want to follow him. Him and Mixie, and I'm like, no, I don't want to follow them.
Unfortunately, a lot of people that you follow or you're friends with or you like also kind of like some of his tweets and follow him as well, including me. But that was so. But Tim finally did like put his pronouns in his bio. Oh, after being convinced that no, it's to help normalize that, to make it seem normal, and that's help normalizing pronouns helps the queer people.
And also cis women, I have to say, because we're constantly mistaken for dudes anyways on the internet, because the average, the default human
and also you cut your hair and you're not obviously wearing a dress and you're not showing your tits. I just what's wrong with you? You have to exaggerate, otherwise we'll think you're dudes. I mean, it's right there.
Anyways, I'm sorry, Jamie, I cut you off. And
oh no, you're fine.
Yeah. So into this, Natalie stepped in and said, "Yeah, this causes a minor problem for trans people. Like if I'm sitting in a circle with a bunch of cis people, they're doing their pronouns, and I think this is the genuine feel. This is an okay core to it, right? That when you have a group of cis people and one trans person, everyone's going around doing their pronouns because they've noticed the trans person. They're trying to be woke, and all they're doing is making the trans person uncomfortable. Am I interpreting this correctly?"
That is what she was suggesting. My problem with that is that that again, there's no way to know until you ask people their pronouns in a lot of cases if they are trans.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't want to quote-unquote pass. A lot of people, their presentation doesn't match their gender. There are femme people who are masculine or NB. There are masculine people who are femme or NB. There's lots of mix and match and so on.
And there are people who are not NB and who doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, totally. Like,
my best friend is a trans guy, and he wears dresses because he likes dresses, but he's not non-binary. He's a guy.
I used to work at a queer resource center, and like every time that every day we would go around with pronouns, and there were a lot of cis people who were just like, I don't care what pronouns you use because it's not going to be a problem for me.
Exactly. Like, this is why this week I finally posted something I've been meaning to bring up in discussions about pronouns, because this actually happened. I was at an event where just a barbecue for this like a worker advocacy group was part of, and so we were just chatting, and one woman said like, I know I'm cis, but like, but I want to like start using or ask people to start using them pronouns for me, but like I don't want to like see how that feels, but like I don't want want to like reappropriate or appropriate something from like queer culture, because like I don't want to like be a cis and like stepping onto their terrain. To which I did spoke up and said, I'm actually non-binary, and so he, him, my pronouns, but they, them is fine, and I don't see a problem with like you wanting your pronouns to be they, them. So yeah, go ahead. If you use they, them, don't worry. I don't think you're appropriating in my mind. And so then I posted that.
Yeah, what the fuck do they care? I mean, they are policing non-binary people just like these people are policing them, and it pisses me off really, 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 really hard. That beyond the sheer shittiness that, I mean, I'm cis, I can't really talk about how it feels for NB people, but beyond that, on the queer level, they're doing the exact same thing that bigots did to LGBTQ people for.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Gatekeeping.
Policing.
Yes.
Gatekeeping, yep.
More than gatekeeping, it's policing.
And that's why I said that, I mean, there is that core of, you know, real feels there, that when she's in that space and people are trying to be woke, what they end up doing part of the time is, the reason they're doing it, at least it feels to her, is they're saying, oh, there's this trans person here, we need to now be careful. And it just calls her out and
I mean, she's
puts more attention and focus on her.
She's transforming into Caitlyn Jenner at this point.
I mean, she did acknowledge it was a very minor point, but
I think
the fact is,
I think her money is getting to her head. To be honest, she's her politics are worse and worse. And
so I think it feels like she just jumped into a conversation with a minor point that sort of shat all over NB stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, which again,
no gender essentialism here, Jamie. No essential.
She did. She did say that she's been in rooms with all cis people, and again, the frustrating thing about that is she's sitting there thinking of herself as the only trans person in the room, meaning that she thinks she can tell.
The toupee fallacy.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is and
like I excuse me, Jonathan, but like I was telling Lex in the chat, that's pretty ironic, because ContraPoint looks more like a cis woman than I do.
And I think that is the
when
thing she was doing with her bio girl.
She looks like a 24 years old bio girl. She's right.
And I think that she was trying to acknowledge her passing privilege.
I don't
to do it with a joke, and I think it was Can we
use the term cisnormative woman instead of bio girl?
Yes. I was quoting her.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just. Can we not use the term?
Yeah, that's.
She was coming in using this super transphobic bullshit term, and it's.
But that's the thing with trans medicalists. They are always in discourse and vocabulary undistinguishable from TERFs.
I mean, like trans medicalists, by and large, their whole thing is they want trans invisibility. They want it to be completely invisible globally for everyone.
They want everybody to be able to pass, but that means that there's still this strong binary going on.
Yes.
No, but if you want to pass and be invisible, okay, that's you.
Well,
but
no, I mean, the thing is, it shouldn't.
Leave people alone, for fuck's sake.
I don't think. Passing,
well, yeah, but they also want, like, medicalists want people. They want only people who are capable of passing to be presenting as the gender they are.
Yeah,
only people who are able to universally pass because of their appearance and because of their finances.
Phoenix!
Hey, Phoenix!
Hey, Phoenix!
Hi, babe!
Hey, Phoenix! Life is very hard.
Yeah.
Life sucks.
Life is the worst.
Life is terrible. I blame capitalism and a lot of other things. I shouldn't just blame capitalism. There's cis heteronormativity and cis supremacy. There's patriarchy. There's white supremacy. There's ableism. There's all of course, of unjustifiable hierarchies.
Capitalism capitalizes on all that.
Yes, it does.
And amplifies it.
Mm-hmm. Puts it into strict categories, makes it worse. I don't think it doesn't just amplifies it, but reifies it, if that's the... Tries to turn into a concrete... Yeah.
I agree.
Yes, passing as an NB is hard, and that's another thing. Is that like I did made Low T Charlie on Twitter wanted to like people's comments on like the whole thing, and so I was like, okay, I have a lot to say about this. And
Shut up, David. Sorry, David is being an asshole in the chat as usual.
Oh, David,
life should be abolished for capitalists and people who pretend that Finland is a real country.
Eat the rich.
Yes, let's eat too rich. But so in my video last night, I mentioned how it's like it's a lot of this. There's been a whole history with ContraPoints on her views on like gender, on passing, and what it means to be trans and non-binary. And what I forgot to also like mention, I'll do it in like later, is that the YouTuber Erin Collective, she's a trans woman and an anarchist. She made a 4-hour-long video responding to 3 of ContraPoints' videos. I butchered that one. The aesthetics, the big one, and also her pronouns ones. And that was like very telling to me in a lot of ways. I already have my problems with the aesthetics, and I mentioned that in the video last night. But it was like I missed some things that like Contra said, all tying to her personal experience, yes, and her personal feelings and her personal thoughts on what it means to be trans. But yet, I miss a lot of those things that Erin pointed out to, and how she felt uncomfortable about what ContraPoints is presenting. And the problem is also that like she is a big YouTuber, or at least in our terms, of like over 500 subs, and she has a lot of followers. And so whether she knows it or not, or whether she wanted this or not, a lot of people do hang on her words, and a lot of cis people, a lot of cis liberal centrists as well, also kind of like will take her word for granted, even though I think there are other.
Even if people wouldn't, it's still shit takes, and it's not the first time. She really starting to have a long history of being just a plain shitty human being. And I don't get why people don't see that. I mean, last time she was shitty.
She's pretty.
Yeah, she is very pretty.
And that's why they don't see the shittiness. People are willing to forgive a lot for beauty.
Last time she fucked up, she casually used rape as an example of something that was just hampering her juice. Like, fuck you.
I don't remember that. What the fuck?
Wow, I don't remember that one.
Oh, let me check. I have something on my Facebook. I had the link, and then she deleted her tweet, but one of my friends found an archive. I don't know if it still works. But basically, she was saying that's why I never give credit to the people I collaborate with, because if someone is a rapist or an anti-Semite, I'm going to get shit for it, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I remember her complaining. It's like, oh god, every time that like I collaborate with someone, I'm supposed to like go through their entire history and know if they're a terrible person or not. I don't like doing that. I think she didn't she say that in response to like working with Vosh or something like that?
Yeah, as a defense. As a defense for working with Vosh, instead of just saying, "Oh shit, is an asshole. I won't work with him again." I mean, that's not hard.
Yeah, exactly. Instead, she is like, she gets more upset at the people calling her out for like the problems that she is doing, as opposed to like, oh wait, I am doing things that I should correct. I should correct these.
Anyways, I mean, also she's a bourgeois little shit.
Yeah, it's like
I don't know how to say it any other way anymore. I mean, she has been cosplaying Marxism for too long now.
Yeah, I remember. I remember really liking her first video on capitalism. And I thought, okay, that's great. Well, there's some good points she makes in her second video about capitalism. I still hate how she just like doesn't know, or just like, I don't know how to fix the problems. And Tom McDonald would also say, well, she has like Tabby at the end of the video basically being the call to action, as it were, but as a joke, because Tabby was supposed to be like the representation.
Tabby is fan service. She's here to mock Antifa while giving something to trans girls to fantasize about.
Honestly, she was like
also thirsty cis dudes, het dudes.
Yeah, I fucking hate Tabby
that
as a character.
Yeah, and yeah, it's because like I remember people talking about. I haven't seen the video itself, because the last video I saw of Contras was like Degena Critical, and it's like, and I kind of like lost interest in watching her videos, even though she has done one on trans trenders, which I feel like I should like see, just to like see what terrible arguments she's presenting. But it's like, apparently in one of her last videos, she made the comment that like leftists and socialists, or like a far leftists, are only slightly better than right wingers or something like that.
I found the screenshot of the tweet. If you want me to read it,
I would like to see it. Yes.
So I'll paste it in the chat. But she says, "I'm always afraid to shout out collaborators, because every time you publicly associate with another person, you take a risk. What if the jewelry designer once defended an anti-Semite? What if the corset lady is a rapist? I don't know. I don't have time to look into this shit." That last sentence. Oh my god.
I mean, you can't know. Hey, Metro Hunt's here. Hey. Yeah, you can't know everything about everyone. You do the best you can, and then if it turns out something is bad later, you acknowledge it. You say, "Oh, won't be doing that again," and you move forward. Of course, it feels like Natalie has been doing this.
How did you paste that faster than I did, Jonathan? You're weird.
I guess I am that good.
No, you're a weirdo.
Yes, I am a weirdo. I will accept that. I love anime, and well, not that loving anime makes you automatically weirdo, but I guess how much I love anime.
Does. I'm sorry, it does.
Fair enough.
Oh no, that's not.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's the wrong one.
No. That one has nothing to do. That one is just us being awful.
That's some turf. Yeah, there's no Natalie in there.
So wait, is it on your Twitter?
Yeah, but it's an old one.
Who knows?
But I have it. Okay. I just pasted it in the chat.
Okay.
It's a screenshot of what I just read, basically. And that tweet really is, when you analyze it, when you analyze what she's really saying. Oh.
Jamie, can Lex Hart like punch trad scums yet?
True scums, not trad scums.
True,
very
true
different.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Lexi, you can punch true scums. Just make sure that I am not far enough away that I can't help.
Yeah, punch in the boobs.
Well, I'm gonna punch them in my baseball bat on their head.
Gonads they might have. Yeah, plenty of places to punch true scum, and trad scum, and turfs, and Nazis, and other kinds of fash. Lots of people need punches.
kindly enable my anti-fascist violence.
Remember, it's a great thing to do on a Friday night is get together with some friends and roast marshmallows over the bonfire that used to be on Neo-Nazi's house.
Or a bank.
Or a bank, yeah.
So yeah, that passing vocabulary is
a problem. A big problem. Not even problematic, just a problem.
I'm talking about the vocabulary in itself, because there's such a thing as passing privilege when you are, for example, a very light-skinned person of color, or when you can pass as a man, when you can pass as abled, even though you are not. It's not the same thing as having the privilege, but you have some kind of privilege. And I think passing privilege is something we should talk about, but the vocabulary makes it easy
I think
to
it's
mix
sort of
up
like bi
with
privilege.
the passing as your gender thing, and that's not something I like. We should find another vocabulary to talk about that.
I think trans or NB or whatever passing privilege is sort of like bi privilege in that it's not really a privilege. It's the privilege of living in the closet and being able to get away with it, which is just a different kind of stress and
any passing privilege. I mean, if you're a person of color and you can pass as white, if you're disabled and you can pass as abled,
exactly. But
you still, I mean, I can pass as abled sometimes, and I know I have it better than people who are in a wheelchair on some points, on most points, to be honest. I still suffer from ableism. It's not the question, but I don't know. I think it's an important discussion to have, because a lot of non-binary folks like Peter Coffin, who have a huge male passing, will tell you, "Oh, I'm not a cis man," and will not acknowledge their privilege. You know what I mean? I'm not talking at all about cis passing here. I hope it's
it's kind of a privilege in that you can spend a lot of time not being actively harassed. But it comes with the detriment that you do have to kind of live a lie.
Not being beaten up for what you are is it's sad to say, but it's a privilege. I can pass as straight, and that means I have never been beaten up for not being that's not a good example.
And
I have never been beaten, but I have been worse.
Yeah, but that privilege comes at the cost of less notice, a bit of invisibility. So the many issues that do affect you, like
I know. I'm not saying it's wonderful, but all privileges come with a cost. Even male privilege, even white privilege.
Yep.
So
it's a complicated and difficult discussion, and I think I see what you're saying about
that's
the vocab.
why I think it's worth having.
But
yeah, Phoenix, there are straight passing relationships, and you have a certain amount of privilege in this case. Not straight privilege, but some kind of privilege.
Yeah, I was just listening. I mean,
me too, David.
Relevant, just listening to a conversation on the podcast, Season of the Bitch, a beautifully socialist, actual leftist, all-women podcast. And yesterday they were talking about bisexuality, bi-erasure, because it turns out everyone on the podcast is bisexual, or they're not straight.
Oh, interesting.
And then they brought in a trans and be bi icon to also engage in the conversation with them. Because very, very few, it was kind of a joking rule, but one they tried to hold to as much as they could, that no cis men are allowed on the podcast. I think they made 2 exceptions, one of them for Mike Gravel.
Who?
Mike Gravel.
The presidential candidate.
I like him.
Yep. So that's pretty goddamn awesome. They got him on there. But yeah. So yesterday I was listening to an older podcast, a few weeks old, about bisexuality, bi-erasure, and all that stuff. So this stuff has been a bit on my mind.
The
That's why I'm a little bit more talkative than I might otherwise have
been. Yeah, link the podcast, babe.
This I will do.
Because I like to listen to more actual leftist podcasts as much as possible.
So here's a link to the podcast itself, or at least their website. Throwing that in the chat.
It is a difficult concept and it is a difficult discussion, but I think it's an important one to have because I remember some time ago, I don't remember the context, but on Facebook, on a friend's wall, I said something like "fuck Boko Haram," something that shouldn't be controversial, right? And some people came to tell me that as a white woman, I shouldn't say that. I can't condemn men who have sex slaves because they are not white. And I mean, as a rape survivor, I didn't take kindly to it, so I went a little berserk on them, and I don't know that. I thought they were a man. They looked like a man, and it turns out they were non-binary. And so I apologize for misgendering, but I think it's important to acknowledge that people that looked like them don't have the same experience as people that look like me. Does it make sense or not?
I think it does.
I don't know. I've been busy tracking
I'm more
down
asking
and stuff, so
of Jamie than.
I'm sorry, I couldn't quite follow what you were saying.
Because she was tracking someone down to murder them. We've been busy.
I was busy murdering someone on behalf of Lexi. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I saw. I have issues wording my thoughts today, so you will listen back to that bit and send me a PM to tell me if that makes sense.
Okay, I will do that.
Especially since it sounded kind of bigoted when I said it out loud, and I don't know.
There's this issue where it's hard to openly acknowledge that there are benefits to having people erase your identity if that identity is marginalized without acknowledging that still you're having your identity erased and your identity is still there. Yeah. You're still marginalized for it. So there's
light-skinned people of color have way less issues dealing with that than male passing NBs, I think.
I'm going to go ahead and not comment on race as
in my experience, there's what I've seen, what I've read, people say. I don't know. It's complicated.
Again, I'm going to agree with it might be complicated.
I'll agree with that.
We would really benefit to have a large panel of people with very diverse identities to discuss that. That's something that I'd really like to do.
I agree, Leto. This is very white.
Yes, this is very white.
What?
Phoenix, you feel like joining this conversation? I think you would.
We are very white. You mean? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why I like when Mehmet joins us. I like having a non-Western perspective.
Well, he is from Western
Jamie, if
Asia.
you don't know, is from Turkey.
He's a gay or he's a non-straight Turkish gentleman, as I understand.
Is very bi and is a slut.
How nice.
And let's see, it's probably 11 o'clock there now. He might be getting home from the bars, so...
He doesn't go to the bar. He drinks while he works. I can message him to know if he wants to come, if you want. Or maybe he's just grinding stuff in ESO. Elder Scrolls Online. I think he plays that now.
Or maybe he's grinding dudes. You don't know.
Maybe he's grinding dudes or girls.
Or NBs.
Yeah.
Or NBs.
Yes.
Or himself.
Phoenix is like not white passing, but she sometimes gets asked if like she's biracial. That's interesting.
Why do you say that, David? I think it's obvious to anyone who's listening to me that I am very French.
You could be Algerian or Haitian, maybe.
Or Belgian.
No, Canadian. I would have an accent, and I think I would speak better.
Yeah, but would non-francophones would probably not be aware of the difference in your accent. You don't talk about baguettes nearly enough for it to be obvious you're French.
But I don't have enough teeth to eat baguettes. Also, I'm too fat. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm seriously pondering if I should try the keto diet. It sounds like something that would work for me, eating cheese.
Well,
yeah, I was about to ask if we should be talking about Brie then.
Any diet, basically, even the keto diet, it just amounts to restricting calories. For the
I know, but
so the keto diet, it's more than that. It's about inducing ketogenesis.
Ted is doing the what is family name?
I don't know who we're talking about.
Ted.
Ted Cruz?
The disabled YouTuber.
Surash.
Is that his name?
Ted Surash, yes. At least his YouTube name, yes.
I don't think I've met Ted.
Yeah, he already talks a lot.
He has cerebral palsy, and he's a humorist, and he's so fucking funny.
So he's been, I think, in a few of Christie's hangouts?
Yes, he has.
Yes.
Anyways, he's on a keto diet, and apparently it's working wonders for him. But I'm like Phoenix. I fucking love carbs, and I eat way too much carbs. I only eat carbs, basically. I stopped eating sugar, and in the process, I've been eating way too much carbs.
Yeah, I love carbs too. That'll be hard for me to let go. I'll be willing to let go of beef and pork, and I will try my best to get rid of cheese as well. But it's I don't know if I can get rid of carbs.
Honestly, looking at the salad culture that is popping up in France, I don't think I would struggle with carbs. That like those salads, those delicious, like super diverse salads that I keep seeing in like French like health food joints. It looks delicious.
Like what? What salad? What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, there's like a health food trend that is I know it literally because Shiro keeps sending me pictures of them because he knows how delicious they look to me.
Maybe in his fucking city that's at the sea.
He lives in Nice, but he works in Paris a lot of the time, and so like
yeah, but Parisians are hipsters, so
okay. Well, I'm a hipster, so
the rest of the country doesn't give a fuck about what Parisians do, and I'm telling you, in the rest of the country, we don't. There's no healthy salad trend. We eat luxury burgers and stuff like that.
Oh, that sounds horrible and delicious and horrible.
Yeah, that's delicious. Well, I talked about it on Facebook because I was very excited that they're finally proposing vegetarian options for all their burgers. But there's a burger joint in my city. Well, they serve you a burger with half a camembert, breaded and fried.
Oh, that actually sounds like I would try it.
Oh my god, that's so fucking amazing. So now I can eat that with a giant portobello mushrooms instead of the steak if I want.
Because I love, so I'm vegan. So but it's been a while, but I love camembert.
So you don't eat cheese? That's I could never be vegan. I could be vegetarian.
Yeah, because you're fucking French.
No, but because also cheese and eggs are my kind of cripple's best friends. You know that cheese and eggs.
I know, but because you're French, like
it's keeping me from
being in America. We don't have anything good that has cheese or egg in it because we have no good cheese, and
we have quiche.
We have nothing good with egg in it. So
vegetarian quiches are fucking amazing with spinach instead of the bacon. That's so good. And goat cheese in it. I could never be vegan because cheese, I swear.
Agree to disagree.
I'd be willing to try to give up the cheese because I just have to just not buy it or not cook things with it. Now going out to restaurants, I have
Phoenix,
to be
cautious. I'm French. Don't talk to me about vegan cheese. We are going to fight.
I had some vegan cheese. It was quite interesting, and I see it as something that unless I find another kind of vegan cheese, I go, ooh, I like this.
You're not used to eat the cheese I eat. Okay.
Vegan cheeses are actually pretty good substitutes. A lot of times I wouldn't necessarily know that I was eating something that was not dairy.
Yeah, that's because you don't eat Beaufort and Comté and stinky cheese.
Snob.
Why would you?
Why wouldn't you?
I guess.
You're just a snob, Julie. Anarchist
Lexi, how's your coleslaw coming?
I am French. Of course I'm a snob. Anyways, what I should do is make more effort to stop eating meat because...
Yeah.
But I fucking hate garlic, David.
I love garlic.
Garlic makes life livable.
I'm willing to just use garlic in everything I cook. It doesn't matter.
Okay,
curry, garlic, fried rice, garlic, spaghetti, garlic.
Even when I was still smoking cigarettes, and even more now, I have a very, very high sense of smell and taste. and garlic is ruining everything. When there's garlic or even black pepper, I hate black pepper in
I
food.
love black pepper.
That's the only thing I smell and taste in my food if it's in it, if that makes sense. That, and also, as I was telling Phoenix the other day on Facebook, in my region, the spice is butter, basically. The seasoning is butter and salt, and maybe.
Wow, you'd fit right in down here in the South.
Yeah, I know.
Do you also have a lot of racism? Because, I mean, then you'd be right at home.
In my region, no, we are not the worst.
What region is the worst? Parisian?
No, the South.
Okay.
The Côte d'Azur and Nice, where
yeah, I was gonna say
Pop is living, those are the southeast of France is the most racist part of the country. It's where the Front National, Marine Le Pen party. It's where she has the highest scores. But we have butter, a lot of butter, and I like butter, but I'm not an ideologue when it comes to animals. I like to not eat corpses.
There's that.
I really
so you want the animals to be alive as you're eating them?
Yeah, and treated well. So I want to end capitalism.
Yes.
That's why what I want, because I grew up in a farm where milk cows were treated very well, and anyway, the chickens for the eggs were treated well, and I don't see any reason to not treat them.
So you grew up on a farm. Is that why your mom was a Trotskyite? Trot?
No, it was
I
at
see
my
what you did there, John.
It was at my grandparents. My mom, in addition to be a trot, was a junkie. So we mostly grew up at my grandparents, which was amazing. I'm so grateful to have grew up on a farm. Except now I'm fucking terrified of rabbits.
The fuck?
You're terrified of rabbits?
Have you seen a farm rabbit up close? Those things are huge. Their teeth are ginormous. They can transperce your finger with their teeth, which happened to me when I was a kid.
They cut off your finger?
No,
that's hardcore.
Transpersed it.
There was that like 70s movie as like it was a monster movie where the monsters were giant rabbits.
Yeah, like it. I mean, I'm not afraid of the cute little fluffy rabbits that people have as pets. The little bunnies, cuties. But show me a hare. If I see a fucking hare in real life, I run away, I swear.
Then again, a guy actually...
Which wouldn't happen because I live in a fucking big city, so...
Then again, I know of a guy who actually thought that like the other guys were like joking with him, but he bought the lie that jackalopes are real, and he was like scared, and so he like moved back to Chicago and was like, I can't deal with this. Jackalopes are all over the place. No, I'm going back to Chicago.
I wouldn't be afraid of a jackalope, I think.
Now we know what character Julie would be on Buffy. You're Anya. Anya, the hyper-capitalist who's afraid of bunnies.
Which one is it, Anya?
Anya was Xandra's girlfriend, the one who used to be a demon.
Oh god, the blonde one?
Mm-hmm. One of the blonde
I agree, ones. Phoenix. We should not be splitting hairs.
Oh, fuck
nice.
it.
Hey, it was much better than like John's Trotskyists.
I didn't understand John's pun, so I didn't.
Horses trot. It's an animal thing.
Oh, we didn't have horses though. They're useless. And I'm not saying that as a value judgment, but in a farm, a horse is fundamentally useless when you use your farm for subsistence.
But they have a low carbon footprint, and they have gigantic penises, which is why girls like them, apparently.
Oh, God.
I mean, it's in the Bible.
Oh, okay.
It's in the Bible that they have a low carbon footprint?
No, that they have big dicks.
Oh, well, they have big dicks, but...
I must have missed that part of the Bible. Oh, wait a minute. I was given a children's Bible, so of course it wouldn't be in there. Maybe
Ezekiel
it would be.
23:20.
Okay, I was going to say, it's definitely in there.
Whose genitals were like those of donkeys, and whose emission was like that of horses.
Donkeys have bigger dicks, so... Why is the horse the stallion? No, Napoleon was an asshole. Leave pigs out of that.
Yeah, Napoleon was a fascist.
Donkeys, Phoenix, have big penises.
Dave is probably talking about 1984. With Snowball and Napoleon.
Oh, Animal Farm.
Yes, Animal Farm.
Animal Farm, not 1984.
I have to read both books, honestly. I just have to read them. Or listen to the other books. I did find an audio book that I can listen to. And
what you learn when you grow up on a farm, too, is to laugh at people who say, "Oh, but pigs are cute."
Baby pigs are cute.
Yeah, piglets are cute. Wait till it weighs 130 kilos and it eats a baby. See, it's that cute. Pigs are mean motherfuckers. I like them.
That sounds adorable. I love mean motherfuckers.
Yeah, pigs and chickens, I love them because they're mean and smart. But I hate geese and turkeys because they're mean but stupid.
No, friends, not food.
And now we know that when it comes to crime films, Julie would be Bricktop. Because she has a pig farm. Somebody pisses you off, you can feed them to your pigs.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what was Snatch?
We had the one pig, though, because we didn't have meat cattle. We didn't raise animals to eat them.
That's right. There's teleporting boars. Cody Johnson is done 2, 3 some more news on that.
Mm-hmm. He recently had one that was almost entirely about boars.
And then there's the 30 and 50 feral boars that I must be able to protect myself. Feral hogs. That's right.
Are boars not all ferals in the U.S.?
Well, I think boar is technically just a word for male pig.
No.
Right? No.
All right, let's
that's
look it
not
up.
the same animal, babe.
A tusked Eurasian wild pig from which domestic pigs are descended. Or an uncastrated domestic male pig.
Oh, we don't call them that at all in French.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how we call uncastrated pigs. Because we had a female and I don't know. I'm not an expert at pigs. I just know they are mean motherfuckers and I like them.
Apparently English farmers were really big on classifying their animals according to age and sex and whether they were castrated and whether they'd had kids or not. And so
but us too, we do that too. But
every profession gets jargon.
To a lesser extent, I guess.
It's the difference between a feral or wild boar and just a boar. Just a boar usually means like, a baby making daddy pig.
Well, in French, the equivalent to boar is sanglier, and it's wild.
Always
it's a
wild.
Yeah, it's a wild pig with the tucks and all. And it's the. Do you know of Asterix and Obelix?
I
in
remember
the
the comic.
US?
I've read some.
Yeah, and
In
they
French
eat
class.
they eat boars. That's their base.
It proves that they're real manly men.
Yeah.
Because boars are large and terrifying and deadly animals, and holy shit.
Well, not in Asterix and Obelix. Boars are just terrified of the Gaulois.
But not the Romans. The Romans are always scared of the pigs.
No, because the Romans are useless.
No, I'm saying that the Romans are probably terrified of the pigs, even though the French
Oh, okay.
The Gaulois, sorry.
Anyways, I like conversation about vegetarian and vegan stuff because we often end up talking about animals, and I like talking about animals.
Animals are pretty cool.
I like talking about
I like
animals,
all
too.
animals except geese. Geese are evil.
I have no comment on that. I have no bad or terrible or awesome experiences with geese. I just know that like 7 of them's a gaggle because of a fun thing happened on the way to the forum.
When I was a kid, I routinely fed the birds. So we had turkeys, chicken, and geese. And geese are the only one who try to kill you when you feed them. And I had to use some kind of long stick to keep them at a distance, and sometimes I had to beat them with it because they were trying to eat me, I swear. Geese are fucking evil.
They have teeth on their tongues. Don't fuck with geese.
Ooh, that I did not know about. Wow.
Yeah, and they will fight you. They
I
are
can
not
believe.
They are fucking not afraid of you.
And they're big and strong, and they will fuck you up. I just posted a link to pictures of goose tongues.
No, Phoenix, even when they don't have a spawn, they will try to kill you.
They're just very angry. They're grumpy geese.
Yeah, but then I don't know. I like chicken better.
I love and support the animals that are mean and want to be left alone forever.
Oh, chicken are mean. I love them.
Yeah, but chicken don't want to be left alone forever. Geese do.
Except, don't they mate? No, that's swans I'm thinking of mating for life.
Oh yeah, no, geese don't mind other geese. They just hate everything else.
This is why you should make soup from their blood. What the fuck are you fucking eating in your country? Ew!
David, is there something we don't know about Sweden that we should know about?
That sounds disgusting, but I'm also vegan, so not only is it disgusting, but it's also immoral.
I'm not vegan, and that sounds fucking disgusting.
And if that's true, how did the first person realize this? Honestly.
Well, I mean, do you know what foie gras is?
The liver of a fattened goose.
No, it's a sick liver who has cirrhosis.
A deliberately fattened, over-fattened, force-fed goose.
Yeah, so it makes the goose have cirrhosis. Cirrhosis? Cirrhosis. Okay.
Cirrhosis, yeah.
And that some people eat that in my country, and not just in my country. That's gross. I am sorry, but one, eating organs is gross. Two, eating sick organs is fucking gross. 3, torturing animals to be able to eat a sick organ is really fucking gross.
So you're saying it's gross?
Yeah, foie gras is gross. Don't eat it.
Geese are moody cinderies, not food. Okay.
I don't know what a tsundere is.
And it's Japanese for somebody who has a violent temper.
For someone who is a lover,
a
love interest that will literally murder you.
Oh, okay, that's not cute.
Yeah, I don't know how comfortable I am with that trope, but okay.
Yeah, I have my issues with that trope too.
I think I read someone talk about it. That might be Gwen.
Yeah, Gwen would talk about that because Gwen is a weeboo like me.
But Gwen has blocked Jamie for criticizing Contra.
I don't think it's for that because I criticized Contra and Gwen hasn't blocked me.
It was while I was criticizing Contra, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That she blocked me in the middle of it.
That's sad.
Yeah.
In all fairness, I was criticizing Contra to her.
Yeah.
So it's not like she was going around looking for people to block.
She was defending Contra, and I
don't think she was defending openly. Contra. I think she just thinks Contra isn't true scum.
Yeah, she was defending Contra, exactly.
That doesn't mean she thinks Contra is right.
Well, that's like saying, I don't think that they're racist. They just hate black people.
I kind of agree and I kind of disagree. I don't know. Gwen has a history of criticizing Contra and getting a lot of shit for it, so I don't know that. I don't get it. If she's going around defending Contra now, I don't get it.
She has made a tweet Thursday, I think, or she saying that people have been awful to her to Contra in the past 48 hours, and so it's kind of on. I think that was the one that you took issue with, Jamie. Am I correct on that?
I'm pretty sure. I had a lot of different discussions. I don't remember exactly what I was responding. I'm actually trying to go back through and find it.
I don't really care, to be honest. But
no, that's
not about. That's not what I mean. I don't care about Gwen and Contra.
Typical landlord, thinking people aren't worth caring about.
Don't give me that, please. I struggle enough with my source of miserable income as it is.
Okay, what other drama can we get into?
There's another thing about Contra is interesting, and I brought it up in a video. And
I was kind of joking, but okay.
inadvertently, I'm sure that she didn't want this to happen, but opportunists have took the opportunity to say, "Oh man, this is terrible that this has happened to ContraPoints," and so Contra has I'm sure she didn't intend this to happen, but she's gotten scanners essentially from Ian Miles Chung, Ant-Man, and Christina Hoff Summers. And
yeah, I saw Christina Hoff Summers defending Contra, and
if you're being defended by those two,
yeah, imagine, and not thinking that you're fucking up, Imagine seeing Christina Hoff Summers defending you and still thinking you're in the right. That's why I say Contra has been cosplaying leftism for long, because also, have you seen someone tweeted that based on the number Contra has of patrons on Patreon, with the minimum, they calculated how much money Contra makes in a year, just with
it's like $100,000 a year, I'd think.
A minimum.
No, it's over 220,000.
And it's a minimum.
Yeah, that's if everybody is only subscribed at the lowest tier.
Yeah, she has 10,000 subscribers, a little under, I think.
So
yeah, that's $10,000 a month.
What I want to say here is that I don't think you can realistically really be a leftist when you have so much money. Because money is strange, you get attached to it. And being a leftist is about letting it go, in a sense.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's the difference that was between Miss Snorky and I on the discussions about landlords. Is that the income I get from my property, oh God, is miserable. And I think she got a living income from it. I think that's the difference, and that's why even though I am a landlord, I still think we should kill all landlords. And she got offended by it.
3 of us want to end landlordism. Only Jonathan wants to actually murder landlords.
I don't like you talking on my behalf.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you also want to murder the landlords?
Yeah, this is 2 against 2.
Okay. So the podcast appears to be tied on the murder.
I want to murder all landlords too.
Okay.
Oh no, I guess
the
it's 3
podcast
on
is now
1.
officially in favor of murdering landlords.
Because even if Todd is not...
I want to eat the rich too, and...
yes, I'm sure it tastes good in curry.
I'm going to get a guillotine, and I'm going to cut the head of everyone I don't like too.
Yeah. See, I want to do that, and I don't want to eat anybody though. What I want to do is I want to throw them all in the same big compost heap. The landlords, the people I disagree with, and people who are just rich.
First, we can turn all their fat into soap. Then we can compost the meat that's left over, I think.
You don't compost meat. It's toxic for the earth.
There's a way to compost it, I think. I don't know much about composting, but I'd thought that, and I looked it up, but there's a way to compost meat.
Yeah, on the question of if of eating the rich, Phoenix told me at the time that it was actually vegan to eat the rich. So
yes, or we could just feed them all to pigs.
No, don't feed shit to pigs, for fuck's sake. They like potatoes. And
truffles.
And the thing you remove from wheat when you make white.
Chaff is the technical term, or the old-fashioned at least term.
They like that.
Husk maybe is what people would know it as.
Anyways, they typically don't choose to eat meat, even though they will eat it, because chicken and pigs will eat anything.
Get it hungry enough, they'll eat it.
No, even if they are not hungry, they will eat it.
Oh, okay. But they're preferentially vegetarian?
They're omnivorous, but
okay.
As they are not predators, it means that they will eat animal products only as scavengers. So
gotcha.
It's way more convenient for them to eat vegetables and mushrooms.
So what you're saying is that they actively go out of their way to hunt down and murder human beings?
No,
that's why we need guns to defend ourselves from 30 to 50 feral hogs.
I'm saying they're not. I'm saying the inverse of.
What you're saying is that they're highly dangerous hunting animals. Got it.
I'm getting really offended that you are not at all listening to what I'm saying, Jamie.
I listened to what you said. I was just teasing you.
Oh. Oh, Phoenix, I have a friend who is completely mad about guinea pigs.
Guinea pigs also famous for their hunting down and murdering of human beings.
Yeah, I don't. Guinea pigs and hamsters are a little too dumb for my liking. As a pet, I mean.
You should get a chinchilla.
Chinchilla will die if they have a cold or if they're afraid. My parents had, I don't even know how many chinchillas, and they died of fear over nothing. And one day I found a dead chinchilla in the freezer when I was looking for ice cream. So parents, don't drink or do drugs, because that's what you are doing to your kids. That was pretty funny, actually. When I think about it, that dead chinchilla,
they're not dumb, they just hate thinking.
Yeah, I saw that.
I can take sympathy with that, actually. Hate thinking.
Okay, but that's not what I'm looking for in a friend or in a pet, let's say. So if that's why I like cats. They'll
headbutt you in the arm.
Yeah. They don't give a shit about. They think a lot, let's say. And I like rats too because of that, and I like gerbils because of that too. Gerbils and rats are the smart rodents.
David, do you just want to eat every single animal that there is? Jeez. I'm sure you're joking though, but yeah.
They were raised
guinea
for
pigs
meat in
are
South America.
a delicacy in. Yeah.
They were one of the few sources of protein there in the Andean Empire. Incan Empire in the Andes.
Oh, apparently it's in Dark Souls.
Okay, I can see giant scary guinea pigs in Dark Souls 2, but like I haven't played much about Dark Souls 2. I haven't played much of the Souls games actually. I like their games and I like the gameplay of them, so I want to play more of them, but like I suck at them.
I love rats. They're so funny.
I want to if I still haven't gotten a pet, but I have been thinking about
I had one when I was a teenager. I brought him to school. He lived in my jacket.
I love rats too, especially one in particular.
There was that atheist YouTuber. He and his partner had rats, or at least one rat as a pet. This was before he had a really bad trip and killed his partner.
Oh,
I know who you're talking about.
I'm not sure a PTSD episode should be classified as a bad trip.
Well, he was he was in the middle of taking mushrooms, as I understand, when he had.
Yeah, but it was clearly a PTSD episode.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Sugar Shan's referring to the what happened to the Skeptic Feminists.
Skeptic
it was
Feminists,
a tragedy.
that's what I was trying to remember.
Yeah, that was their channel name.
Mm-hmm.
That was so sad.
Mm-hmm.
And
fucking Sargon and friends doing
laughing
a
at
fucking stream to laugh at it.
Crowd and Tea and a couple of others.
Crowd and Tea. It was on V's channel. Sargon was there. Uzu was there. There's a fifth person because it's Crowd, Uzu, Sargon, V, and a fifth person who I don't know. But like, it's those kind of like people. Yeah, screw them. And yeah, Sargon never apologized for like laughing at the death of like Heather. I think it was Heather's name, Poison Ivy. Mm-hmm. And that's why Christianity, when she was at like VidCon at the same time that Sargon was there, VidCon 5, that's why Christianity said, have Sargon be the fuck away from me. I never want to be in the same room with him. And the show VidCon respected that, and Christianity also never went out of her way to like be near Sargon either, so she never went to the parties. And so yeah, that was a tragedy. Yeah. It really like wrecked a lot of like people in that community at the time who were friends with Heather. So yeah,
even those who weren't. I mean,
true.
Jesus Christ!
How do you act like that?
Yeah, you're a terrible person if you can just laugh at the death of like someone.
Myth Informed, the people who hosted that conference with the awful human being Sargon, they're fascist. They're just openly fascist.
Oh yeah. They just are.
Like Andy Ngo recently talked about how he went on Tucker Carlson on Fox News. White supremacist Tucker Carlson. Yes. And Myth Informed, shared it saying that Andy opened people's eyes to Antifa's violent ways. They can't stand it.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh at that because that's typical Nazi propaganda, rebranded for today. But honestly, the guy took a fucking milkshake in the face. Get over
punched, and it gave him a very real brain hemorrhage.
No, just a black eye. That's all I've seen.
Yeah,
because you don't walk out of the hospital like the next day with a brain hemorrhage.
No, you do not. Absolutely, you do not.
Also, that's exactly what his friends, the Proud Boys, do, every day.
He participated in their violent planning sessions.
Yeah, shut up,
doxed
dude.
their targets. He was and is an open participant, an active, I should say, participant in their violence.
Yes. And it is pronounced Andy. No, I've asked my Vietnamese stepmom how to pronounce it, and it's like no. It's like something like that. No. The Vietnamese language is like the letters for the Vietnamese language has been romanticized by French, so you can blame the French for how Vietnamese last names are spelled.
Oh shit! Because they colonized, they had an empire too.
Yep.
I think I preferred when we were talking about guinea pigs being dumb.
Food.
But sweet.
You didn't like shifting into the conversation about how it is that your country violently oppressed people in Southeast Asia?
No, I'm talking about just before that.
Murder and fascism.
I know.
Yeah.
I know my country is fucked up.
Okay, yeah. So it were in the final moments of like the last hour of the show because we usually only go 2 hours. Like, what else is there to talk about?
And Sasha's getting so big. I'm a big cat now.
Yes, I'm looking. I have been like occasionally looking at the photos and stuff like that. I also noticed that like one time with like her toy that's like with the ball and that rolls around, it's like it almost looks like wow, that's just tucked away in the corner, and there's a lot of stuff that looks like you still have to like unpack. And also, I'm now saying all of our names because like I was like a bit like, come on, I'm the only one with a tag next to my name. Come on, Circle Chat,
moderate?
Get on it.
No moderates here. Only far-wing
Why
leftists
am I
who want to murder you.
cis adjacent? I am cis. Period. Why adjacent?
And yes, we are going to pressure Sugar Shan into murdering the rich.
Anyways, hey, moderate content. We have.
Oh, I thought we were just gonna like, you know,
I mean, we voted majority rules,
refused.
direct democracy. We have to murder the rich. Because that's how direct democracy and anarchism works. I no longer have free will.
Do you want guillotines? What's?
I do.
Hey, I do hate all pigs and humans.
Who's Lily Orchard?
It's a bitch.
She's a transgender, supposedly socialist in self-description.
She's a bitch. Say it.
I take some issues with Lily. I've been banned from her channel, for instance, because I think I said
you.
Okay, so I googled Lily Orchard, and the first thing that comes up is her YouTube channel, and then the 30 suggested videos there in the Google are Star Giant Productions is Lily Orchard is garbage and here's why. Then the next one is Nightai Dai, if Lily Orchard were honest. And then Not a Vampire, calling out Lily Orchard.
Yeah, Lily Orchard, she has, like, for instance, the reason I was banned on her channel is because I said there was nothing wrong with breaking copyright law and that shoplifting wasn't immoral.
There you go.
There you go.
I agree with you.
I agree with that, Jamie. Yes, I agree.
I have no problem with that.
With copyrights, depends, but
artists deserve support, corporations don't.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's because of breaking copyright that's a problem. I think it's because they deserve support.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because everyone deserves support. All people deserve support. Corporations don't.
Exactly. Yeah.
Anyways, sorry.
And the other big thing that a lot of people have issue with is the fact that like Phoenix said, she's pro-cop.
Boo. Boo. Don't call cops on people who are having mental problems.
Pro-cop? Oh, wait. Of course there are socialists that are pro-cops. I usually call them...
She's a cop? She's an actual cop
She's a cop now? Oh my god.
Oh,
she got worse a little bit. Cool.
Who is a cop?
Lily Orchard apparently.
Oh, are you exaggerating?
She's a fucking bitch, I told you.
You have never had to moderate that stance, not in this entire discussion.
No, I'm sorry. I'm on Twitter and I just saw a tweet that is just hilarious, and I just need to read it to you. It's the headline of IndieWire. So, quote-unquote Joker wins Venice Film Festival Golden Lion, comma, Roman Polanski gets grand prize jury. So, the incel movie and the rapist one. Yeah.
Awesome.
I don't know. Why am I laughing at that?
Why the fuck has Europe allowed Roman Polanski to remain in hiding despite being a rapist? What the fuck?
Because he's an artist is allowed. People in France fought tooth and nail, so he wasn't for him to not be the president of the jury of a film festival. And we actually won that one. He was fired from the film festival jury. Anyways, sorry, Roman Polanski, it's a piece of shit. Talking
yes.
about Hollywood piece of shit. Have you seen?
Hollywood has never been progressive.
Have you seen Scarlett Johansson take on Woody Allen?
Yes. Oh
Yeah,
God.
How
she
does
said
she
something.
manage to be worse and worse with time?
I think that she is intentionally trying to cultivate a certain demographic as an audience.
Middle-aged white men.
I was going to say fascists, but
yeah,
sure.
That's what I was going to ask. Fascists.
Kind of the same thing, right?
Oh no, there are a lot of middle-aged white men that are better than fascists. There are a lot of young white men that aren't.
So this is a recent thing Johansson did, criticize or
Yeah,
supporting.
she's supported fucking Woody Allen, saying, "I believe him."
Well, she did do a movie for him once.
She's only allowed to play trees ever again.
And only if they're white trees, so only birches.
Right.
Yes, agreed.
And only if they're cis female birches.
Cis female white birches.
There
Let's
you go.
talk about something good. Have you seen the Dark Crystal prequel?
Oh
not.
no, I haven't, but I am looking forward to it because
Yeah,
honestly,
me too. The first time I saw the trailer, it pissed me off, and then the more I think about it, and the more I really want to watch it.
According to my friend Fran, it is incredibly dark and fucked up, just like the movie.
Oh yeah, that movie. Here's
Well,
the thing.
duh. That's what was good about that Dark Crystal. And
Well, you never know.
the thing is
Reboots
called
can really fuck
Dark
things up.
Crystal, okay?
My God, yeah, that movie. Here's the thing for me. I only saw clips of it as a kid, and well, especially like the I'm still Emperor. That freaked me out, and like I never saw the whole film until like 2 years ago in the theaters. I saw Dark Crystal. Yeah, it was incredible. Yeah, because like it was fandom events like to advertise like basically the Blu-ray 48th anniversary DVD release of it or something like that. But yeah, so my first time ever seeing Dark Crystal in the theater on a big screen. Oh, that movie is just like is definitely something. Good nightmare
I loved
fuel.
that movie when I was a kid. That was Dark Crystal and Labyrinth was what made me, I think, a goth when I was a teenager, and Beetlejuice.
And I'm pretty sure that David Bowie's, gun carriage there in those tights turned half. I think that's why every millennial is canonically not straight right now, is that movie.
That's possible. But
what?
they also...
Labyrinth, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When I said
I
gun
don't
carriage,
think
I meant
there's
his
such
penis.
a thing as a hetero crush on David Bowie.
No,
it doesn't matter what
there's
gender you are.
There's
It's not
throw crushers
hetero.
and so on. But I'm just saying that because of David Bowie's penis in those tights, there's no such thing as a heterosexual millennial anymore.
I don't think there's such a thing as a hetero person. They just keep they're like these people that are just confused, and we just need to help them understand that they're wrong about
upon a time,
this immoral and unnatural lifestyle that they've chosen for themselves.
You know what's funny?
I want to argue with
it doesn't sound better that way around either.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't. Really
It does.
not. Acting like conversion therapy should be a thing. Really? No.
No, it's seduction therapy. Like Rocky Horror Picture Show. Oh, right, I forgot.
That film is awful.
That I'm gonna agree with that. I'm gonna alienate all of my genderqueer friends by saying, yeah, it's horrible.
Rocky Horror Picture Show is about abuse, and it's not.
I'm
cute.
not a fan of it. I think it's bad.
I have opinion.
The movie is not bad, but the premise is awful.
Oh, that's exactly what I mean. I don't usually have a problem with a movie just because I don't super enjoy it. That movie is kind of disgusting to me.
I want to bring.
It's abuse glorification, basically. So yeah.
And it was made by a transphobe. Yay!
Oh, there's that.
Well, when you see the only trans character of the movie, you get
it. Makes a little sense, yeah.
It. Yeah. And but also, the abuse glorification, that's actually also happens a lot in like anime and shoujo romance mangas and stuff like that. So it's unfortunately a common trope from what I've heard. But I want to bring it back to like Labyrinth for a little bit.
Just a finishing thought on Rocky Horror Picture Show, so we don't come back to it later. I'm not giving shit to queer people who like it.
Agreed.
Because we don't have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, no,
But
Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
I get it.
I fucking love that movie. I don't know if it's problematic or not, but I really love it. I think it's problematic because a cis man is playing a transgender woman in it.
Of course.
But apart from that, I really enjoy that movie. Anyways.
One movie I didn't enjoy as much of watching it again because, like, the next month after Dark Crystal was in the theaters, Labyrinth was also in the theaters, so like 25th anniversary sort of thing.
Labyrinth really aged badly.
Yeah.
Mostly because there's David Bowie in it, and he's a sex pest.
Oh yeah, there's that.
Yep.
Really, 12 years old? Jesus.
Oh yeah, oh jeez. But what was cool about that Phantom Events of showing
13, I think, but that's nitpicking.
Still, either way.
Still.
Yeah.
16 would have been also bad. I mean, it's just.
Yeah. I mean.
And 18. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
The power dynamics are going to be fucked up regardless.
Yeah, power dynamics as there is. Again, half your age adds plus 7 years. Anyway, when Phantom Events showed The Labyrinth, they also showed something before it, and they chose to show an episode of The Storyteller, and of course, they had to show the best episode of The Storyteller in The Death and Soldier, and so that was really cool. But the movie itself, Labyrinth, there are some scenes that didn't need to be there, like that fire dance one. That was just a song and dance routine, just for the sake of a song and dance routine. And I know that other musicals have done that too, but if you remove that scene from that movie, you lost nothing. And so that's one of the things where so like that movie could have been better. But Dark Crystal, that's why Dark Crystal is more awesome than Labyrinth, even with David Bowie's codpiece.
But even if there was a David Bowie in it, honestly, Dark Crystal is greatly superior in every way.
Agreed. And I don't hate Labyrinth. There's just some good things
about
it.
No, I don't either, but I don't get how people now who didn't see it at the time. Let me put my sentence in the right order. People who didn't see it at the time and see it now, I don't get how they can enjoy it. That movie has really, really, really aged badly.
Is it just Bowie's presence, or is it special effects, or I don't remember too much about it. Something about stealing a baby and wanting a queen or something?
It was like young Jennifer Connelly who hates babysitting her baby brother, and so wishes the Goblin King to take him away. And then regretted that bridge, and then went through the labyrinth to rescue.
Anyone would believe that David Bowie is a goblin. Have you seen his face? That man is the prettiest man of the universe.
Yes.
Still a piece of shit, but pretty, very pretty. Not a goblin.
Yeah, exactly. He does an awesome thing with the ball, though.
That's not him.
Oh, the thing where he moves his hands around?
Okay.
Yeah, that's a there's somebody behind
That's a
him.
stunt. That's a
There's
stunt.
somebody behind him sticking their hand through his sleeve.
That makes sense.
That sounds hot. That sounds hot, though.
We can talk more about that later if you want.
Bowie's Wikipedia page does not mention his statutory rape at all.
Does it not? That's fucked up.
He's dead now. He's not going to hurt anyone.
Yeah, but I mean, still.
I think it should still be in the article for the people to know, hey...
Yeah, I agree, but I'm not as pissed as if he was still alive and a danger to people. Does that make sense or not?
That does make sense, yes. And I do agree, moderate content, Henson is dope.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're also doing a new storyteller as well. And I think Neil Gaiman's the showrunner.
I have my pros and cons with Neil Gaiman. But...
He's no Pratchett.
Yeah, that's mostly the cons.
I know you so well now.
Yeah, you do. I mean, he's not the only one on Earth that's not Pratchett, but he's the only one who co-wrote a book with him and suffered from the comparison, in my opinion.
Well, everyone would suffer from the comparison.
Yeah. I saw an interview of him, of David Gaiman, talking about how he met Pratchett and how they came to write that book. And it was pretty cool. But yeah, I like Gaiman, but
would they just show up at a party, get drunk, and write a book, woke up the next day, decided to publish it?
No, but they wrote that thing like a tennis game.
They passed it back and forth, chapter to chapter?
Yeah. No, character after character. They switch character.
Interesting.
And, yeah.
So let's see, just trying to guess. I'm thinking Pratchett wrote...
when it's funny, it's humans. Pratchett.
And Gaiman probably wrote The Demon and Angel, Crowley and Azrael.
At the beginning, yes. And then they switched.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then they switched again, and then they switched again. That was pretty cool, actually, because Gaiman explained how he started the children, and then Pratchett took them, and then he took them again. And I think Pratchett ended with the children.
Because I can really see... I can't see Pratchett writing a line, but I can see Gaiman writing a line about people thinking Azrael is gayer than a tree full of monkeys. That seems like
you can't see Pratchett writing that line?
Gayer than a tree full of monkeys? No, not really.
That's a funny line.
Oh, it is. I just don't see Pratchett.
I don't see Gaiman write funny stuff, to be honest.
Well, he wrote The Doctor's Wife? No, the one with when the TARDIS became human. There was a couple funny lines in that one, like, oh, I think I just found a new thing. Like biting, it's like kissing, but there's a winner.
It was more metaphysical than funny, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's better at horror.
No, it's not Pratchett style. That's true, but that's funny, and funny isn't Gaiman style. Gaiman style is more, esoteric.
Mm-hmm.
Spooky.
He's very, very mystical realism.
Yeah.
Magic realism. That's the word I'm looking for.
Dog in Good Omen. It's Pratchett.
Yep.
I mean, it's Gaspard. That dog is Gaspard from the Discworld. except he doesn't speak or stink.
I see.
I don't know. I don't find Gaiman funny. Maybe I'm not as read into Gaiman stuff than Pratchett's.
I need to really watch more and engage more with like new gaming stuff because I haven't.
Watch Coraline. You are going to love that movie.
Oh, I think I will love that movie because it was done by Studio Laika too, and
it's written and it's written by Gaiman.
Nice.
And it's I know you like animation stuff, and I think you're going to like that.
That's the remake of Labyrinth, right? But with an all-female cast?
Not really, but kinda. And I think you'd enjoy watching American Gods too.
I've been told that. Yeah, I've been meaning to like add it to the backlog of a watch list. Yeah.
One of the guys from Laika used to volunteer at this food pantry that I worked at for.
Laika Studios in Portland.
This was right after Coraline came out, so like he would like talk about set design and stuff. It was cool.
Nice, yeah. Everyone,
I really love that movie, honestly.
I think everyone that likes Laika's work should also check out Kobo and the Two Strings. I think that one's a really good.
What?
Kobo and the Two Strings.
Kubo and the Two
Oh
Strings.
yeah, but it's not Gaiman.
True, it's not Gaiman. It's Laika though.
That movie is really amazing. I saw it, Kubo and the Two Strings, but I was confused because we were talking about Gaiman.
But then we were talking about Laika, which is a stop motion animation studio. That's here in
okay.
They did Coraline
and Kubo.
They did both.
Okay.
They also did
Paranorman.
Box Trolls, Paranorman, and Missing Link.
I loved Box Trolls. That movie was so cute.
It was cute.
I did like Paranorman a lot, actually. Yeah. I did see Missing Link at the theater, and I did like that. There's a joke that didn't need to be there, but like other than that, it's just like I think for the most part I did like Missing Link.
I've not seen it yet.
I'm going to stop talking. It's 10 something here.
Yeah, I think it's a good place to stop. We mentioned like
I'd like to play a little before going to bed.
Yeah, and I'm going to need food and need to go find the cat and play with him. Things like that.
I need to eat too. I now have a headache too, so it's maybe too much caffeine that I drank and not enough water.
I don't believe in too much caffeine.
There's that too, yeah. It's like I guess my only problem is when I get a slight headache from too much caffeine. But maybe that's because of also not like actual just proper water or hydration. Remember, people, stay hydrated.
Yeah, and take your meds.
Yes, take your meds. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing the pitches, if that's okay with everyone.
She says when she has forgotten to take her meds. Taking my meds.
Take your meds, people. And Tom McDonald wasn't able to come and join us because it's
he was feeling unwell.
Yeah, but he's Tom McDonald on Facebook and at TSMac on Twitter. He might respond to you if you hit him up there. I'm Summer and a Geek. I'm Summer and a Geek on YouTube, and I posted a video last night of like my thoughts on like the recent controversy, and like it's been getting a lot of like good views and like a positive like feedback, and so that's cool. Check that out.
And with that bad pun, it wasn't one.
I stole
that was a wonderful
bad.
pun. You hush.
I stole that from Reading Radical, actually. I forgot to give her credit, but I link a couple of her videos into the cards in the description of that video anyway, so there's that. Please give money to like our friends and comrades like Phoenix, who's in the chat, Phoenix Rising 87 Hertz YouTube channel, and I'm going to post a link again in the chat of like her PayPal pool. She could really use some money, and our friend Joanna always needs some money. She did get $500 actually from a donation from John Burnsey on Facebook actually to pay for her doctor's appointments coming up in the 11th, but she still needs like money for like rent, food, and other stuff. So I'm going to help her out. I did this morning, but she could always use some help, and she's raising a kid and she's living on this SSDI and disabled, so it can't work.
She's in a pretty good mood this day though, because there's the new sim expansion that in 3 days. So we talk about it a lot actually, in PM, and we're very excited because it looks very nice.
Yeah, but she also would love to get a new computer so that she can play like Borderlands 3 and have like the graphics power to see the game as the artist intended the game to be seen. So, but
and so she can stream and maybe make some money from streaming too. I think it's something she would like.
Oh, she would love to like just like be one of those like moms at games and streams, and people would just like come in and hear a female voice and then just like leave and be like, and her opinion is just like, oh, they hear a female voice and they're like, oh, not interested. But anyway, I'll post the links into the live chat again.
Which is fucked up because she's not only a female voice, she's a Chicana, and her voice is very, very important right now in the US.
I agree.
Okay. Sounds like you finished all your pitches. Sure you don't have some more?
Yes.
Okay.
Julie. Yeah, do mine. No, do mine, please.
Okay. Jonathan, do Julie's.
She is Little Anna on Twitter and Little Anna on YouTube with no content. She is the owner of the page, the Criff Crafters on Facebook, and the page of Misandry Animals. So go.
I need to do more. I have new pictures that I need to do legends on.
Oh yes, now so go and check out the Misandry Animals Facebook page, and Little Anna is also a moderator on the Facebook page of Anarchist Memes. So check those out.
I'm an admin, not a moderator.
Admin. Ooh. I'm sorry.
Even though I mostly wield the banhammer because it's fun.
Oh yeah, it's always fun.
I'm not even ashamed of that.
So I'm Jamie. You can find me at Slightly Sluggy on Twitter.com.
That handle is the best.
Thank you so much. And you can donate to my Ko-fi, Slightly Flighty 1 spelled out O-N-E. I will add both links to the chat.
There will be in the video description anyway. Right, John?
Yes, almost certainly.
Right, John?
Right, John?
Yet, but there will be.
Why is Little Anna old? Do you
because she suggested ending. The first one to suggest it is the old one.
And also, I, in the absence of Tom, I am the old one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I love being referred to the old one. I will eat your souls.
I actually don't mind if you eat my soul. Actually, I don't mind. What am I using it for anyway?
You can't have mine because I sold it. Anyway, that sounds like Jamie's done hers, so I'll go ahead and do mine. In addition to doing this, I also do that Twitch thing sometimes, where I play video games. It's gotten harder lately because I have one of those job things, but I'll try from time to time. I just bought GTA 5, and I'm kind of disgusted by Rockstar. They're kind of awful.
Anywho, yeah, Rockstar's terrible.
Yeah, and I also play a D&D game. We have started twitching that live, Dungeons and Debacles on Twitch, but you can also pick up the podcast where it's edited and has music and is a little bit more tightly put together. But you can follow us live on Twitch, 2 p.m. on Sundays, Eastern, 2 p.m. Eastern. So that's like GTC -4 or something. I don't know. And then you can just get the podcast on the podcatcher thing you do. It's Dungeons and Debacles. Heck of a lot of fun. Okay. And that will be it for me. And I think now I'll go ahead and shut down the streaming.
Little Chachula? What?
Cthulhu.
So, Cthulhu. Little Cthulhu.